It's very oppressive. It's very difficult to play against, but
it's chaos.
It's chaotic, but Afrika have already drafted around it very well. You know, they have a lot of slows and roots here. Now the Viego stun on top of it all. And if Viego gets a steal, if he actually gets a reset with this composition, Afrika are going to pop off. And it's Keen, of all players, who's going to be playing that one. To be at risk of being blown up or caught at any moment. But if you can get that one single pick when the engage comes through, or if the engages are sloppy from Nongshim. And Peanut's over here is spotted on a ward.
Oh, Dread snuck in here. They don't know he's here.
Peanut has a good idea because he sees the scuttle, and even with that Q not connecting, he knows what's up. They should.
Does he, though? Doesn't look like he does, and now Kellen's going to get engaged upon here. The satchel helps out, and Kellen still has his flash, and will wait until the last possible moment. Now Dread getting a little bit too close, and the Crescent coming in, and the bomb won't be enough. And that will be Ducktom picking up first blood.
You know, a lot of other jungles end up making a bigger play here, do a lot more damage. Unfortunately, Dread's just not at that stage as Gory.
Gory might die here. The flash comes in, and there it is. 1E to rule them all as Fly will shore up. Do you want to go in on this one? Peanut's on vision, and Lehens is getting pretty low. And now with the teleport coming in, this is Ziggs that's teleporting in, and the Hex Flash over the wall will not be enough. And they get spotted here on the Drake take, and now Nongshim will get the Infernal. And how about a solo kill from Rich over Keen? What am I watching?
And that's a kill. Then this is the error in the mid lane from Gory because he mistimes his knockup. So, and then decides to chase further and ends up getting rooted. That's all you need. And you could see the call out. Your Fly's like not too enthused about it, but does end up winning out there as we'll watch Rich.
How about this? Yeah. Rich's perspective. Lands the flawless duet and just runs him down.
Yeah, fully stacked on his Q. Afrika not really able to get the Herald nor gain any advantages on the map, unfortunately, outside of that, because they don't have enough control over the top side, even with Dread lurking here. Now, this is a bit of a bait.
Yeah. They're trying to take advantage of Rich here as the stun, the flawless duet will entirely miss. Rich with the flash away, but the follow-up from Keen will be enough as Dread secures the kill.
But he doesn't have vision on Peanut. There's no wards here whatsoever. He knows the possibility is there, but this is huge for Nongshim if they get this.
Fly's TP. And I think the second they see Peanut, they could call for it in the top side. There it is. Fly coming up here, as well as Gory, I believe. As yes, it's going to be a 3-on-2 flash away from the moonfall, but now they're just diving on the Fly, and he can't do anything to get away. And Keen, same for him, trying to get the resets, but he cannot, as Rich will go down, but it's still a huge win for Nongshim.
Yeah, side of things isn't going to be as impactful. I mean, the ability to grab away that tempo from Nongshim would be heading towards now a Mountain Soul. And Soul Point on the follow-up Drake is pretty huge. As I don't know about this commitment here. I don't think you win this fight. You're going to need somebody else here.
A lot of cooldowns and flashes down, and now a teleport from Ducktom is coming on in. But now we got everybody joining in. Keen trying to get back in the fight, and they're isolating Peanut. A lot of damage done with the bomb, but that's fine. Keen a little bit isolated himself, and Peanut's still not dead, but Keen on a little bit of a rampage, and it looks like Nongshim may have overstepped here just a bit. That's 2 kills. Now over to the side of Keen, and Leo's getting free farm here.
Yeah, he's going to get an extra plate here for free, solo, so 160 gold goes to him.
And no ability to get away from him. He's going to have a fun time. As Kellen, a little bit of a face check, and all of a sudden this game turning around, but is it the stopwatch bait? We got the Wombo combo coming in from the Yasuo and the Diana, but it's still not enough to kill anybody. As down will go Kellen. Just giving them a lot of gold to actually be useful. As they saw Peanut, I mean, they saw him use his ability, right? So they call his bluff immediately. They say, he's probably in here. Let me dash into this brush. And that's just another free kill.
Wave was pushing top. He lost his turret, so.
Okay, here we go. That's going to be a flawless do that. But look at that, the tip of the Everfrost. And now we have everybody grouping up here, and that should be enough. Down he will go. As Fly pulling off a couple of really nice picks in this game so far. Quiet up.
Dread going in.
Yeah, he really has no fear. Just running straight into the brush, and now there's going to be 4 of them. 5 make it as the engage comes in. They get the Wombo combo. There's the damage. The Vanguard says as well. but still it's 2 members of Nongshim that went down first. Fly survives, Dread is still alive, and now it's Viego's playground again. Rich, he's trying to make the play. Heartbreaker not going to do too much, but the CC is there once again, and they have it in spades. Meanwhile,
this is not that type of game. You don't have that insane lead. In fact, you're significantly behind.
Okay, maybe it's Afrika who overstayed this time. Lahen's definitely going to pay the price, but at least Keen does get away. You can see Lahen's.
Great plays all around for Afrika. This is one of their best games we've watched from them in a while, and
yeah,
they're turning this game around.
And they're really ramping up in recent times. 3 wins in series in a row, and now they're looking for potentially another one here, at least in game 1, as Dread extremely tanky on the Sejuani. It's not going to be easy. Look at the damage on McKellen. He just goes down, and Boris gets it in. Now we have the wombo combo from Afrika this time, trying to turn it around with the Moonfall, with the Yasuo. But as we've been saying, the damage is just not there anymore. And Afrika from ahead are dominating now.
If there was just a little bit more survivability on Dr. if he had a little bit more damage, he would live just a little bit longer, this could look totally different once again.
But total lockdown here from Afrika, and they're not rushing anything. They're just poking down. Varus can do what the Ziggs does, you know, with that lethality.
Yeah, Dr. needs to stay alive. It's so important in this upcoming fight. Kellen's caught!
Yeah, they're going to find him again, and that's a dead Leona. And that's one more tool that's gone, and it's 4v5 now. So Nongshim, they don't want any piece of this. They just walk away, and Afrika are almost 10,000 gold ahead.
And you mentioned it, you know, the Mountain Soul is so important in this game, whether it was Mountain or Cloud, but the Mountain is going to be fantastic at surviving through that initial damage. Afrika are looking to push an inhibitor right now. They might even get more here.
Yeah, they're just going to go for the engage. It's Peanut, no flash for him, and he just gets heartbroken. As down he will go, and Afrika are looking for this. They're going to take the inhibitor and back, as they do not have Baron, and they won't. Leona's got a better angle here. They're trying to burst down Leo, but they can't quite follow up. He just flashes away. And the Moonfall is just, it's nothing. The Yasuo trying to do some damage, but it's not quite enough. And now Fly on the backside with the Rise just nukes everybody down, and that's going to be it. The ace comes in, and it was a foregone conclusion. Afrika stay clean till the end, and they will pick up game 1.
Very great start here for Afrika Freaks, a completely different look for them, one that we've been seeing a little bit more of towards the end of regular season. But to win this game against this composition Nongshim are so practiced with, they came prepared. The Sejuani pick was great for this. They handled the early game where they were behind extremely well, positioned extremely well when they were ahead, controlled vision, and played around the objectives. This type of drafting that we see from Nongshim in game 1 is exactly the style of draft that will work against Afrika that Fly gets caught in, or Leo's out of position, or they're not all grouped up for an objective, or they don't have vision control. But Afrika checked all the boxes this game. So when you're behind, it's just not going to work.
They really came to play, and the individual talent from a couple of them.
And honestly, with Rise as well, in terms of what he can do globally with his ultimate, use slow, so then you can set up Sejuani to get in there, get on top of somebody, toss an ult in, Rise can hit his root. So extremely strong. Scales very well with the Rise too. Damage profile is good. Decent matchup into the Kennen. We've seen this actually go very well for Gangplanks a lot of the time. And
onto the Gangplank, which is extremely scary.
Well, that's the Drake, and he's looking for a play now.
Yep, no flash, but he should have his oranges. Doesn't look like he was able to use it. Trying to trade back, and he saves it, actually. The damage from the Cannon Barrage and the shot to Peanut means he has to back off. And now we have a Realm Warp coming in from Afrika. They want to punish this hardcore, and that they will. They get the 1, and they should get the 2 here as Fly will have to run away, and they give the kill over to Keen's Gangplank of everybody right after they got the Infernal Drake. And let's see, no Cannon Barrage right now.
Arrow?
The arrow is coming in, and it's going to hit Gory right in the front, but here's the slicing Maelstrom, gets rooted down immediately. Vanguard's Edge, though, and a big wombo comes in from Nongshim. The turn is huge. Lots of low health bars, though, as Keen is running straight at them. Maybe a little bit too aggressive here, but he's baiting them into Leo. And Leo and Fly together are kiting everybody down, and nobody's got any health anymore, so Nongshim not able to get away from this one as Gory will go down. Thankfully, they got the Rift Herald because they didn't get much else. And they're playing like it. This is some of the cleanest play we've seen from Afrika. As Nongshim, with that pillar, they're getting a lot of value here, trying to burst down Gory, but he's got that W rolling, and he stays alive for an incredibly long amount of time, but he has to get away. as they will pick off Kellen, or Lahans rather, but that is it as Rich is on the backside. Dread, though, going straight to the Aphelios. Fly is able to pick him off at least. As you can see, Peanut is desperate to get something going, but nothing will happen for Nongshim as Leo now going 1v2. He still has the shield bow, and there was options for double teleport to the bottom side. As now Fly, big Everfrost, but there's still a lot of pressure on him. The damage not quite there. Peanut desperate, but the Realm Morph gets him to safety. See you later. One-way ticket out of the river, and he will be totally fine.
Yeah. Now everyone on Nongshim is extremely low. Failure. They just dropped it. They were like, we're not going top anymore. As we watch this setup here, the arrow is so clutch, and he just gets to Everfrost and teleport out. He's like, I'm getting out of here, I'm gonna live.
They may have been able to retaliate, right? As, speaking of which, here's Duckdom, huge Gravitum Moonlight Vigil, but it's still, the damage isn't there as Dread is gonna find that backline. He's so tanky, they're all putting damage into this Sejuani and nobody can kill him, as now Gory is desperate to get somebody. Gets the one kill onto the Ashe, but look at everybody else on Nongshim is zoned away, as they will not even be able to pick up Dread.
And Nongshim just don't seem to be ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, a lot of damage coming out here. Even the Cannon Barrage
Bye-bye.
going on in, and Fly just nukes him down. He was 4-0-3. As they're looking for a little bit of a flank, Nongshim commit heavy onto this one, and here comes Dread. He's not going to be able to get the smite, though, but they kill Rich before the fight even begins. Big Moonfall comes in, though. The wombo combo from Nongshim. Is it enough? Is the question. Duckdom is going crazy into so many carries of Afrika, and they find the wombo in that fight, and they turn it immediately onto Afrika.
Try to clear some of that vision out on your way out when they did decide to back as Fly.
Okay, there's a one-on-one. We got Leona around, but a little bit too slow, and Gory's full health just 1v1s him down. Fly pummeled as hard in the early game, but, you know, they're back here when it matters.
And Duckdom's on his Aphelios. You know what that means. Peanut's on this Diana. He's got items. Watch out, Afrika. You've got to play this one very passively here. The arrow going to connect.
Okay, they have a lot of stuff to throw in, but look at the damage, and the Moonfall follow-up is gigantic, and now we have going forward is Nongshim. They might have just won the game off of this. They don't quite have a wave. But
I say slowly, but it's going to have to be a little bit faster.
Yeah, Duckdom's getting in there. He has the crescendum, and he is not stopping for anyone. The pillar forces Dread to go backwards, and now the smite is not exact, but it doesn't matter because there was no threat from the enemy jungle.
Yeah, and Fly had to clear the bottom wave. You know, if he doesn't deal with that, that starts getting on top of the Nexus turrets. He had teleport, but as soon as he showed himself there on bot, they were like, yep, no, we should commit to this. We don't even have to turn with 5v4. There's no way Afrika can engage. That is, with that extra Mountain Drake, so much easier.
Oh and you can see the power of barrels, the power of Calibrum. There's a lot of poke coming in here from both teams. Afrika doing a decent job of surviving, but their base is not. And that's really the issue. Second inhibitor going to go down here.
Peanut has his ult. You know, you've got to respect it. But at some point, Afrika have to do something. They have to engage. They have to look for a pick on the Rich again. Something, anything.
Okay, they're going to find Peanut, but the Zhonya's is good enough. And the Cannon Barrage, not enough damage either. And Rich is going to find the angle on the right side. He gets it done. As the Moonfall now just for the cherry on top. And Nongshim proved that no matter how far behind or what is happening in the game, they can and will make a comeback. And here we go. We got our series tied at 1. Once again, you know, Peanut hasn't been having the greatest series, but at least calls are made in the late stages of the game by Nongshim that always seem to work out.
Yeah, that's, I think.
I like it. It's kind of putting more potential power into Keen and Fly's split push and just trying to break up some of these Wombo combo engages that they don't really want to fight up against on the side of Nongshim.
Yeah, you also, Hextech Ultimatum could be great into an engaging Aurelia, into an engaging Kennen. If you're positioned correctly to use it, you can really isolate those targets and have a good time. And Nongshim have a comp that is, once again, the Xin Zhao, once again, I prefer their draft here. You know, 3 in a row for me. I'm really liking their style here. It's a big change.
Well, so far for all the LCK. Dread is looking for a level 2 gank, and now Gory might be in a lot of trouble. A couple more autos will do it, and there you go. Level 2 Xin Zhao gank with red buff. The classic from solo queue coming to this theater right now.
Yep.
It happens. Such is the way of AI. Kellen in a really awkward spot here. He's going to get comboed down. He is Leona, and he's trying to turn this one around, but maybe trying to bait his teammates in as he flashes away, and now Dread's getting in there, but they don't have the damage. Fly trying to pick it up, but Peanut trades one back at least. And now we have the teleport coming in here, but it's Rich at level 5, which will dissuade them from diving any further, but doesn't pick up any kills himself.
Yeah, it's even better.
All right, trying now to get on top of this Ashe, who does not have Flash. Musty used it in that last fight, so Peanut, very nice positioning there. They even had a control ward, Afrika did, down on the bottom side of the lane, but still, the Notion are just going to run at the Rift Heralds here. Afrika looking to collapse now, but it's a little bit too little too late. That's not the timing.
Yeah.
And now you can't force an engage. I mean, you can try. Okay, here we go. They're actually going to get in there, and you know what? They do have the damage, but Rich gets the huge flank, and they saw him coming, but now Leo and Lahen's over here. Gigantic Vanguard Zeds, though, as Gory is getting into that backline and looking to hunt everybody down. He'll pick up 2, make it a 3rd. That goes the way of Rich. And
this is where things can really start to go awry. You limit Keen's power, then his split pushing becomes a lot weaker. I really like the respect that Freak are showing.
Trying to get on top of Kellen here. No respect for him as he does have a flash. And now here comes the follow-up. The stopwatch to try to bait them in. And Afrika have taken nobody down as Duckdom chases them. And everybody else on the side of Nongshim is extremely low. Duckdom not able to pick up the kill. And now they'll look for the turn. But look at the zoning coming out from the volleys from Leo. Rich makes his way in finally, but he has no flash and cannot force an engage.
Extremely aggressive trade between teams here. Teleports used on both sides, but the Rift Herald will still drop down.
Ice is still being played as we do not have Unbreakable Will. We do have Flash, but Lahens sticks around and says, nope, guys, I'm dead. I'm sorry, I got caught. And this time around, Kellen face-checking that brush. He's going to have a little bit more information this time around, so not so much of a face-check, actually. Oh, this arrow.
There it goes.
Flies on by, and now you can see Peanut are like, yeah, sure, let's go. Kellen's getting in there as Rich gets isolated down on the bottom side. Lahen's a big knock up here, and Rich, he's just trying to run away, but has help from Duckdom. We got 2 fights here as Kellen will go down, but that's fine, they say. Duckdom zoned out a little bit, but the rest of his team is winning the fight on the top side. As Dread is getting extremely low, pretty nice stopwatch, thinking that Fly and Keen could come up, and here we go. They're thinking about it, but they will not take that one. That would have been a disaster.
Yeah, that would have been a slam dunk for Nongshim, in fact, but that was still
on top of the Aurelia, even the teleport committed to here. So 4 members of Afrika going to attempt to take down Gory, but the stun comes in. Can he do anything? The answer will be no, but look at the bottom side. Keen also going to get isolated on the opposite side of the map, and you feed your Diana even more.
And they're getting value in all 3 lanes. The delay there from Gory on the top side of the map. You get a push from Duckdom in mid. Oh, this is desperate. And there's a scuttle here, so they see it. Well, they should have.
It really comes down to if they have enough damage. Peanut very out of position to try to get here on time. Duckdom, he's got his ultimate, though, the Killer Instinct. He's considering it. As here comes the team, the teleport comes over, Peanut gets over on time, but it still goes over to the side of Afrika, who are now attempting to get out on the Realm Warp, but it gets denied. The stun comes in, and again, it's going to be one of these fights where, yes, they will kill the Leona, but that will be it. You take the Baron off of the map. Dread tries to trade one back, but he cannot, and 4 of you will go down.
Yeah, this is not realistic to take as Afrika, but you're so desperate at this point. You're down so much gold. You have no control over the map. You see an opportunity on the Baron.
Arrow goes wide, and they're easily able to just walk into the Crescent Guard. Lahen's no engage. Kellen might die again, but here we go, the wombo combo. Press all your ults and get the job done. Penta, maybe. Duckdom is looking for it. Gory trying to get it done. The flash forward. He's got a stopwatch. They don't want to take the kills away. Remember, guys, that you need to win the series as well. As it doesn't matter, they're going to ace them here. Only Kellen dies again, poor guy. But it doesn't matter because Nongshim will win the game.
Nongshim, absolutely fantastic 3rd game. First 2, a bit of a rough start, but in this one, when you see how this comp works together and how Nongshim use that small advantage they get to control those follow-up team fights, it's beautiful. And Duckdom is really well and truly online this time. Last time in Game 2, he was the savior. He was the one who actually kept the team together and had the great fights. This time he's just doing his job, and it looks great as Dread.
Oh, boy. Well,
yikes!
You decided that maybe we can enter the Blind Forest. Nope, you can't. Only Ori can do that. She's not in this game. And you know what? I mean, they're desperate at this point. Afrika are trying to find anything. Peanut's going to go in, trying to open up a path for Duckdom to get some more kills. As Fly is doing a nice amount of damage here, but he's kind of all alone. Keen has to run away. And Lehens will just be poked down by Rich, of all people, as down will go Fly. And now Nongshim decide, now we will end the game.
They just look for the kill here onto Keen before they take the Nexus down. That's all they've got left. Sad present from Kellen. They won't get Keen, but they will take Game 3. And to play to their strengths as well, the way Nongshim is drafting is actually how Afrika often drafts and how they often play best of threes. So it's not a... Oh, but it's very strong. You can really, with the Leona Syndra, you have so much lockdown, you have so much power, you can be oppressive on the bottom side of the map. Get a lot of extra farm as the Syndra.
It's just not something I ever thought Leo would play.
Freaks, but if you win it, you go to match point. Maybe you can get out of here.
There's the hook.
Oh,
no
that's a big
spear,
one.
though, and the flake comes in, and they already get the flash out of Leo. Another spear comes in. Nice try. And Peanut's not done yet. He flashes in, gets scattered away, and exhausted down, and now he's in the middle of the wave as the Lantern will be enough with the heal.
As Leo, this isn't going to happen probably again for a while.
Oh, they're still here. I mean, look at this. This is what you got to expect. As they're nearly able to kill Lehens under the turret. 2v2.
They force a teleport here from Fly.
They just don't have any follow-up. There's no Leona anymore. Fly's teleport just there to help save them.
And Gory says thank you.
Yeah, just takes more pressure off the mid lane for Gory.
I mean, he can look for the steal.
Okay.
Oh, this is really scary.
He looked at the dragon, yeah. Gory is just going to walk away and says, actually, let's engage, but there is a teleport coming in, but the spear is enough. The damage is there. It's first blood, but now Keen is going to go on a bit of a rampage. He's level 6 himself. Rich here as well.
Is it worth it?
The flash away from Fly is not going to get him to safety, and now with the slicing Maelstrom, it's enough damage on the Keen. He can't get anything done, and how about a double kill for Peanut on the Nidalee?
And just like that, this composition falls on its face.
Afrika, once again, they say, no, we have to flip it over the Rift Herald. Let's see if it works out. They got a bunch of players here before the fight even begins. Gory's level 8. They're trying to burst him down, but he's got all the grit, and Gory's like, okay, let's go. You want to fight? Let's do it. That Rift Herald, though, is going to go the way of Dread. The hook comes in, and now comes the damage from the side of Nongshim. 2 kills just like that. Kellen will go down, but it's a 3-for-1. Thankfully, Keen gets over and picks up the eye, or that would have been a true disaster, as Nongshim once again take a giant leap in the lead.
While also getting value elsewhere for the cost of one slicing Maelstrom.
Well, Rich, no.
Nice dodge.
Yeah, it's dodged, and they're still there. So Rich actually will get caught out by this, and patience pays off, as the Rift Herald had about 10 seconds, maybe 5. Is the spear going to hit him? And Duckdom, he's going to have Kellen on the bot side, actually, behind them. Who's flanking who is the question, as now 2 teleports will come down. And Kellen will pick up the kill amongst all of the teleports used on the side of Afrika. At least they finally kill the kill list.
They are going to have to deal with King. Uh-oh. Okay, that was a...
What? Whew. What was that?
Team fights and set up for big scour of the week.
이렇게 해서 와 차오 야 랜턴 야 너 뭐야 아 빼
He was like, whoa, what's that? Oh, back. He was like, whoa, what's that? Out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. This is
no
heroic.
flash here for Keen, and he's going to land the death sentence. As you can see, he's trying to turn it around now, but the stuns are coming out. The damage is there. Nice sustain. And now you see that Peanut is caught out, this time for real. As in comes Duckdom. He's going to root down 3 people. Why did they give him a Philios again? As now, on the chase, Lehens is caught out all alone. Keen's just going to leave him to die. And Afrika were trying to make an aggressive maneuver in the enemy jungle. Yeah, I'll just hand that kill over to Peanut. That's fine.
You could take it. The only trade-off is you're going to lose a little bit of pressure on 2 sidelines. So this is a great play from Kellen and a great call. He ends up hitting the flay here and then gets the death sentence. Rich is here for the follow-up stun. And everybody else is coming up. Now, it's a great flash from Peanut when Lehens does end up chaining the stun together here. If he doesn't have flash, then he dies, and this looks very different. And then Duckdom says, what's up? I'm over the wall. Triple grabbing him, triple roots. And Duckdom has been so good at flashing aggressively and actually using Aphelios as an initiation champion sometimes. Thought the first time he was flashed forward for a play like this with Gravitum this game. And our best Aphelios players here in the LCK will do this. And Duckdom says, let's go, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why this guy was voted.
Yeah, look at...
All right, here we go. Teleports are in, but immediately...
Oh, no.
All right, yeah, well... Nice try, guys. I like the...
Good hustle.
Yeah, I like the fire. I like your willingness to fight, but actually, in the end, they will just back away. It was a perfect lantern. Perfect response comes through from Nongshim.
Baron's up!
Okay, maybe can they kill Peanut? They will. They'll finally get Peanut, and at least they will do that.
Baron's up, though. I mean, this is a huge trade-off.
Here we go. Rich just going to clean it up, and Nongshim trying to book their ticket to the next round of playoffs here.
You can't make a play like that when Baron's up. I don't care how desperate you are. I don't care how much you want to try to make a desperate play where you feel like this is the only chance we've got in this game. You've got to play this more defensively, because if you mess it up, and it's so hard to pull it off, they're
such a respectful team, such a responsible team almost, that they're not going to take that risk. They say, okay, you teleported in, we can just fight you. We don't need to flip it over that Baron. No need to do that. Gory's just going to 1v2 for the majority of this. Peanut comes in. Duckdom going to get caught out a little bit, but he has Cleanse. And so he will just be able to come on in. Rich will get rooted down by Lehens, but Peanut is on the chase, and it's so hard to get away from this Nidalee. As the flash on in from Kellen just to make sure 2 more will go down on the backside of this. As Keen, he's the one guy who has any kind of autonomy in this game, but even he can't do anything.
They really did. I mean, they looked to be, after game 1.5, after half of game 2, looked like we might be seeing a huge upset. They couldn't stick the landing, and that's been the story of Afrika, unfortunately, this year. This is the push to end from Nongshim. If they get any picks here, it's over.
Okay, they get the stun chain onto the set, but that just sets up Rich to jump on in and get a big slicing maelstrom. The follow-up suplex is big, and nobody on the side of Afrika has any items that can do damage to this team at this point in time. They have the Baron, they're pushing in all the waves, teleport in, and Nongshim are looking to take this first playoff series.
Fly is dead. He's taking a sip of water. This is Nongshim pushing to end.
I think they will. They're trying to get on top. That's a really nice scout of the week, but 0 follow-up comes in. Everybody else was taken down, and that's going to be the end of Afrika here in summer. And for the year, Nongshim will move on to the next round of the LCK Summer 2021 playoffs.
No,
and apparently it was Gory. Maybe Gory just gets it in this game. I wouldn't mind that either, you know. I wouldn't even mind a Kellen vote. I thought he was able to enable a lot of his team as well.
Yeah, though it literally could go to anyone. I feel like Rich.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jason with the translation of the POD interview of the LCK Summer Playoffs Round 1. Congratulations on heading into Round 2. How are you feeling, Duckdom? I really wanted a 3-0, but it's a bummer that it's a drew and 1. But still, I'm happy that we made it to the second round of the playoffs. Today, if we lost, I would be feeling so unhappy, you know, preparing for the qualifiers. But still, we have a way to make it to the finals as well. I really want to make it to the finals, and it feels awesome to head into the semis. And Duckdom, congratulations on making it to the LCK All-Pro first team, and we did see why you were the best AD carry in the summer split. How are you playing together with another first team player, jungler, Peanut? I mean, we did become, you know, we were awarded to the first team, but I'm so sad that we lost the previous series, the one against Genji, so I really want to take down Ruler next time around. How was playing against the first team top, Keen? Kiin. I mean, even when he was not on the first team, he was always just Kiin itself. So nothing special, you know, just as the classic Kiin, always strong. Just like you mentioned, you know, you did lose the final match of the regular split versus Africa. They had 3-match winning streak at the end of the regular split. What did you focus on preparing for the playoffs round 1? When we lost to Africa in second round, we were like, we made some absurd mistakes, you know, and our draft wasn't clean as well. So we weren't too worried about the Africa series itself. Just like usual, you know, we went through the same preparation. This was the first match held in 11.16 patch. 농심, you guys focused on team fights. Was that in order to, you know, capitalize on your strength, the team fight ability? You know, Africa always played very similar picks during the regular split. You know, we knew that they have a very specific pick they're going to play, for example, like Fly. So we kind of prepared according to the potential picks of the opponents. And back-to-back Diana first pick on the blue side was so critical and very effective. Could you tell us about that strategy as well? Maybe this is only about our team, maybe other teams as well, but Peanut is so good at Diana. So we all thought this is a really good pick. So we kind of had her on a very high priority. And also Africa also always let it through, so we didn't feel any pressure to just lock her in. And Tokdam, today you had a very important match and you guys dropped game number 1. How did you guys kind of pull yourself together to get back onto game number 2? After losing that game, we were like, let's not just play Ziggs bot, let's just play AD carry, the marksman champions down on the bottom lane. Why was that? Because Ziggs also, even though he got some nerf in the patch, he is also stronger in the later game. Tell us about that adjustment. You know, this champion doesn't really have a lot of proactivity. So you guys decided to play Aphelios, a 10-3 champion for you, Tokdam. People always say they just shouldn't let you play this champion. So here's a replay of your Aphelios outplay. So this Baron try was so important and significant in this entire series. Tell us about this setup. Prior to this play, the opponents used almost all of their ultimates. So I was also having a great weapons. So we were like, let's just try. And also we knew that Peanut's gonna win the smite fight as well. Tokdam, was it your call to start off that Baron? All together, you know. Let's throw a shot. With that Aphelios outplay, your teammates were making a lot of compliments. You know, Rich also said, great job, dog. And Rich also did a fantastic work on Kennen as well. Do you have any message over to Rich as well? I mean, Rich did so well today, but I'm just sad that he didn't really get any POG because he also deserves some spotlight. And Gory, you played your undefeated champion Seth in Game 4 as well, but Seth has been climbing down the tier list in their current meta. And this time around, you built Divine Thunder instead of Gore Drinker. In the T1 and Honda Life series, Chovy did this itemization. So I've never tried it before, but I just followed him because I thought, yeah, Chovy did it and this might be good. And that's all. And itemization is something you actually go through a multiple practice because you have to kind of get used to it. So very impressive answer from Gory. And then Leo played Syndra bot. Was that something you guys predicted? I thought this could be kind of viable, but it didn't really matter at all. When was the moment that you guys had the solid victory in the end? after the draft. Yeah, after the draft, when I saw the opponent's comp, I was like, this is a win for us. You'll be heading into playoff round 2, and Damon, Kia, and Genji are awaiting. Who do you want to face? Who do you think you will face at second round? I have no idea, but I think the opponents will decide after watching tomorrow's series, but I have a feeling that we'll be facing off Genji. I think both are so strong, and their mid laners are so strong. So whoever we're gonna face, it's gonna be a rough kind of challenge for me. Well, Gory, you are the player of the season, and I'm sure you'll do well in second round as well. And you are continuing your race to the finals as well. What's your mindset till the end of the playoffs? Whether it's gonna be Damon, Kia, or Genji, they're a must-win opponents. So I will keep working hard. And Gory, I can see you are hungry for the LCK title. How are you going to prepare for the upcoming matches? I will, fight my tooth and nail for Worlds. I have to reach higher in order to make it to Worlds. So whether it's going to be Damon, Kia, or Genji, I think we have to win, and we're going to prepare as hard as we can in order to showcase this amount of performance that we showed to get today. You can see the desire and fire from Nongsin Red Force players, and congratulations on the win. This will be the end of the interview from Gory Dokdam, and I'm going to pass it back to our casters. Thank you.